All right, my friends, at some point in time we all have this where either you or your bike just doesn't want to go anymore, and you're out in the middle of nowhere and you need support. Now, so what do you do to get back to your car, get back home, that type of thing? This can happen on an organized ride like Ragbri. Could happen on the coast to coast, which it just did to me. And you know, so this video is basically telling you what to do when that happens to you. And it's not maybe an if or a when situation, but you just never know. So it's good information to have. Okay, so it happened to me today. And basically I got here last night into the hotel. Hotel is right over there. And you know, I just could not do this anymore. So I need to get back to my car. My car is like 90 miles away. So what do I do? I'm here by myself. You know, how can I logistically get back there? This video is basically what to do when and if this happens to you. So first of all, your buddy in this type of situation is U-Haul. Yes, it is. Right there. That's your chariot going back to your destination. And then you got your bike here. And you know, even if you have a couple bikes and stuff like that, this truck will fit several bikes, and I think 3 people legally can ride in the cab here. So basically I Ubered to a U-Haul, and then after going through the rental process, which I did mainly online, so I just kind of had to verify everything, got the truck, ran back here to the hotel, gonna put the bike in the back of the truck, and then get on back down to 90 miles away in Titusville. So that's what's going on here. We'll walk through this when I get the bike into the truck. Okay, here's the first question. So when I put the bike in the back of the truck, do I leave the bags on? Now, if you don't have bags, this isn't really a big deal, you know. I'm gonna take one of those water bottles for the truck, but if you have the bags on, it's not going to slide around as much. So I'm going to put it towards the front wall there and just wheel it in, but it's easiest to put the back wheel in first. If you have bags, you can always take the bags off. Use those as a blocker between it moving around. So that's kind of the tip there. Show you what it looks like here in a minute. Okay, so there you have it there. Bike's going to be looking like this. This is when we put it in, and hopefully not going to have too much movement, if anything. It's resting on the handlebars up here, bags on the top, so and the crank is right there against the bottom. So there we go. All right, my friends, here we are in the truck. So pretty basic. It does have air conditioning, no cruise control, but does have air conditioning. So basically this is making, you know, lemonade out of lemons, I guess. I got here late last night. My last 6 miles took me an hour. I was pretty taxed, but then I got out into all these hills and just started looking at this trip, and you know, I'm not fighting the universe. I had some problems with the CF card, or the SD card, in the GoPro first, and then some navigation issues, and then a couple really expensive, not so good hotels. And I was thinking, no, I gotta do this at a different time. So decided we would make a video about what happens when stuff goes south on your ride. Now, you can be on an organized ride, like Ragbri, for instance, and not have support other than the baggage truck, and you need to tap out somewhere. Well, how do you get to the end to your car, or wherever your car is? And how do you do stuff like that? Well, you know, a lot of people will panic and they'll try and call a friend or whatever, and that's great. But, you know, I'm down here in Florida right now, thousands of miles away from most of my closest friends, and it's just not a practical application. So the 2 things you could do is you can go get a one-way rental car, and usually that's going to be a minivan or something big enough to put the bike in. You know, you're not going to get the small compact and get your bike in there without really, you know, tearing it apart. And not every place has a Hertz or an Enterprise or Avis or something like that. Now, that's kind of what brings me to U-Haul. All little towns have a U-Haul. I mean, they are renting these trucks for people to go pick stuff up at Home Depot and Menards and Lowe's and that type of thing. Make small moves, that type of deal. But, you know, a one-way rental is an option, and there's not a drop fee like there is with some rental car companies and that sort of thing. They usually do not do the one-ways on pickups or vans. So you get one of these nice little 10-foot trucks. It looks like a van in the front here. You know, it's got all the normal stuff that your cargo type van would have. And then you got to have, you know, gas, credit card, some money, all that sort of stuff. And chances are you wouldn't be on a bike trip if you didn't have some of that stuff. So you should be good to go. I made this reservation this morning, and I made most of it online. I got Lyft to the U-Haul place, which is about 4 miles away, and got in. They had my reservation, verified what they need to verify, and I'm in the truck now. So I have this for, I think it's technically a 2-day rental, but they block that out to whatever you're going. So I'm going like 100 miles, let's say. So if you are going 500 miles, you'd have it for more days, and they figure in the mileage. So they'll give you a mileage not to go over. That's kind of how that works. So paid them. I can drop it off. They don't even have to be open to drop off, which is kind of nice. And just drop off, take pictures of the truck through their app, and we're done. Now, not sponsored by U-Haul. Not trying to diss the rental car companies, but, you know, when you're in a situation where you need to get to, get to things changed, yeah, it's definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go to get that. All right, so let's start this thing up, get on down the road, and I will basically wrap it up when we get to Titusville and, go through the process there and whatnot. So also realize I just lost my windscreen somewhere, but hey, kind of the way this trip's going. Okay, so we made it back to Titusville, the center there. So let's see how we did on the bike movement here. There you go. Pretty much didn't move, so that's good. But other than that, yeah, made it back. So there's a car over there, and made it back to lovely Titusville. Now I just got to go gas this thing up. Probably put about, I don't know, well, we'll figure out at the pump, but I think I took it down from 3/4 to a half, so not too bad. And then basically gonna go grab some lunch, and after return this and get the thing back on the car. So yeah, that's it. By the way, Titusville has this nice little area downtown here where you can park while you're out doing the trail. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, let me get this stuff out of the truck, and I'm gonna just take the bike over and ride back, I think. How's it going?
How's it going, man? You dropping off?
Yeah.
All right.
Just got it this morning. I gotta get my bike out of the back, and
you're all good. If you need some time, you got it, but email or printed receipt.
Email's fine.
But if you want, whenever you're finished, just leave the key on the seat or in the ignition, wherever, and
okay,
you're all set.
Okay, cool.
You have a good one.
Thank you.
We don't keep out, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm good. All right, so there we have it. Returning the truck at U-Haul in the thing. This is about probably a mile away from where the car is, so pretty convenient. There's a gas station between here and there. And got my old friend the bike here just to ride back, I guess, and put that on top of the car, and then we're gonna go out and grab some lunch. But folks, this is what happens when things don't go as planned. You make the best plans that you can and live another day. So get out there, collect some great stories, get out on the trail, and most importantly, take care of your dash. I'll see you on the next one.